In this video, I'm going to cover every topic from what is blockchain, how it works, what are the use cases of blockchain, complete roadmap on how to become a blockchain developer, free and paid resources to learn blockchain development. Basically, everything you need to know about blockchain. So watch this video till the end without skipping. Okay, now let's start with what is blockchain. It all started in 2008 when a man named Satoshi Nakamoto created a network called blockchain where all your transactions will be safe, secure, transparent, and can be never hacked or edited. I'll explain it with a simple example so that you can try to understand it better. We all played street cricket at some point of time, right? Unlike normal cricket, here we cannot afford a real umpire. So what do? We appoint a person from the opposition team, that is a batting team, to do the umpiring and note the scores. But there is a chance that he can cheat, right? Now to ensure it, what if every single person in your team calculates the score? If it doesn't match, now we know he's trying to cheat. That's how blockchain works. Instead of noting scores, we'll be tracking transactions. Here, everyone will be having a copy of a transaction record, making it impossible to cheat. But what's with the name blockchain? Let's say you're in a WhatsApp group with your 10 friends. Now, friend A sends a message in that group. Now, that message will be shown to all the other 9 persons, right? Even though they've seen it, friend A has the power to edit or delete that message. This is okay when it's just about messages. But what if it involves real cash transactions? What if he sends 50 rupees and edits this as 500 rupees? That's where blockchain comes in. Now think of it this WhatsApp group as a blockchain. Now the friend A sends the same message and it will be shown to all the other 9 persons. And here also he has the power to change it, but he has the power only to change in his chat. Whatever he changed it, it will not reflect in the other 9 persons chat, because when a transaction happens in blockchain, it gets stored in a block, which then gets added to the existing blocks, creating a chain. Now that it gets added to the existing block, not only have to change it in one block to edit the information, but in every single block, which is next to impossible. And that's why it's called blockchain. Okay, to make transactions in real world, we use currencies like dollar, rupees, yen, etc. Right? But what currencies do we have to use in blockchain to make transactions? Here we use cryptocurrencies. The popular example will be Bitcoin and Ethereum, and there are 9,000 other cryptocurrencies as well. These digital currencies are totally different from real world currencies. Unlike real world currencies, digital currencies are not governed or controlled by any individual or organization. The currencies we use in real world are centralized, but these digital currencies are decentralized. Okay, but what is centralized and decentralized is? Let's take Indian rupees. Who do you think controls and regulates it? RBI, right? Today I have a 500 rupees note in my hand. Now RBI has the authority to say this 500 note will not be valid from tomorrow onwards. Why? Because they simply can. And another example is YouTube. I'm making videos on YouTube. If YouTube doesn't like my content, it has the authority to remove or take down my content. Why? Because they simply can. This is what centralized means. It is being controlled or regulated by a certain individual or a certain organization. On the other hand, decentralized is no one has the authority to remove anything. Here, nobody can say Bitcoin will not be valid from tomorrow onwards, because here nobody owns anything. This is the reason why governments hate crypto and blockchain. They cannot take ownership and control it. Money laundering and evading taxes will be easy. Real world currencies would collapse. And there are other reasons why governments hate blockchain. Blockchain can be the safest, but it has its own downside too. It can be used for illegal and criminal activities like money laundering, evading taxes, payments made for human and drug trafficking, cyber attack, and many more. But why did they choose blockchain as the medium? Because here it can be anonymous and you can make transactions to any part of the world from anywhere without any intermediaries. So the next question comes to, is blockchain really that safe and secure? Can nobody hack blockchain? The answer is yes and no. As I said earlier, blockchain is known for its security. You cannot hack or edit anything in here because all the transactions and informations are scattered in multiple blocks. But there is a way to hack it. The only problem is it's in theory, not in practical, and probably it never will. I said the information in blockchain stores in multiple blocks, right? Let's say you make a transaction and it got stored in 100 blocks. If you would somehow manage to hack 51 out of 100 computers at the same time, you could manage to hack it. But the only problem is hacking 51 computers at the same time is next to impossible. Blockchain is not only used for transactions, it can be used in supply chain management. Let's say you are ordering some products in Amazon. If anything goes wrong before or after it got delivered to you, you can now able to track exactly where something happened. And it can be used in voting system, making the votes in elections are fair. And you can make patents, you can make legal contracts, and it can be used to store your personal details, which will be safer than storing in any platform. So as I've now explained everything you need to know about blockchain, now let's see how to become a blockchain developer. You can be two types of blockchain developer. You can either be a developer who creates the own blockchain, or you can be a developer who creates applications in an existing blockchain. First, you have to try to understand some concepts like blockchain, cryptography, and Web3 in a deeper level. Second, if you're not introduced to Web2, that is web development, you should be learning about databases, how front-end interacts with backend, and all those basic concepts about Web2. Otherwise, you'll be having a hard time to understand some of the basic concepts in Web3. Third, you should learn a programming language. If you want to be a code developer that is developing an entire blockchain, you should learn Python, C++, Rust, or Go. If you want to be an application developer, you can learn JavaScript and Node.js. Fourth, you have to learn a programming language called Solidity to write smart contracts. But what is smart contracts? Let me explain. If you have any idea about programming, you should be knowing about the if-else statement. That is what smart contracts are. If certain conditions are met, certain conditions should apply. Like that, you have to write in code. If you still can't understand it, smart contracts are like vendor machines. You put in the money, select the item, and the item drops, right? You don't need a shopkeeper for this. It's the same with smart contracts. It automatically executes the code when certain conditions are met. And then you have to learn some libraries like Ganache to test smart contracts locally, Truffle and Ada to develop frameworks for smart contract, and Web3.js to interact directly with Ethereum blockchain. And more importantly, you should know some basic mathematics too. If you want a more detailed roadmap and why should I be learning all these technologies, you should be watching this video. I'll even drop the link in the description as well. Okay, so if you're wondering about where I should be learning it, here are some YouTube videos which can teach you about blockchain development. This is a 31-hour long course from FreeCodeCamp where you'll be learning everything about blockchain from the basics to deployment. This is a 12-hour course from Dapp University where you will not only learn about the blockchain but also build some clone apps like Amazon, Ticketmaster, and Discord in Web3. And you can even check his YouTube channel where he mostly talks about blockchain and Web3. And this is a 224 video playlist from Griffin Audits covering every topics about blockchain. And if you're a person who's looking for paid courses, I'm not going to suggest you any because when I researched, I couldn't find any paid resources that are convincing enough. So those YouTube videos and your interest in learning blockchain development is more than enough. And at last, you might be wondering what's the scope for blockchain? Well, let me tell you, it's the future. In India alone, you can be able to earn 7 to 12 lakh per annum by learning the skill. I'm just talking about India. If it's in US, you can solidly earn up to $150K to $250K per annum. And when we talk about money, if you're a student, there are some ways you can make passive income. And for that, you should be watching this video right here, where I'll be talking about 4 serious ways that you as a student can make some passive income.